Watch out, balloons, it is time to paint this town reddish brown. We're going to treat this scenario like a chimps run, but it's alternate balloons round, and we're only completing it with just 2 towers. Today we're going to be doing this with Sauda, and not just any Sauda, red Sauda. Congratulations on your golden toy drop. And Ray of Doom, 2 very, very red towers. Sauda is really good on alternate balloons rounds because there's going to be camo balloons much earlier on than usual, and there's going to be lead balloons earlier on than usual. So we need something to be a jack of all trades to be able to damage anything that comes our way, otherwise we're in a bit of trouble. You're much more limited towards how many 2-tower combinations you can do on an alternate balloon scenario. Now we're buying level 3 because we need the leaping sword ability in order to pop the lead balloons on this round here. So just like so, got both of those lead balloons just like that. Resort is the perfect map for Sauda. Now let's place down our darting gunner. This for certain will get the majority of the pops once we get up to Ray of Doom. Mom, I really like red. Can I paint Sauda red? No, little one. We've got red paint for Sauda at home. Meanwhile, red paint for Sauda at home. Just red Sauda in general. There's nothing different about her aside from the fact that she's now been given a largely red hue. Sauda is the calmest she has ever been. She may look furious on the outside, but on the inside, that's where it all matters. Very, very calm, delicate work with her swords. Purple balloons. How dare you show your faces around these parts. Okay, so I'm going to leave you until you get up to this point over here. Leaping sword, because we'll be able to exterminate round 24 as well. With that, you see that one camo lead balloon? That was the entirety of round 24. Now we've got quite a few purple rounds in the 30s, so we do not want to buy laser cannon when we have the opportunity to do so. Otherwise, we may encounter a scenario where we will not be able to pop them, because there's one particular round in alternates where there's lots of purple balloons and lots of lead balloons on the same round. Now, can you get all of them? Just about. Yeah, we've got money for laser cannon, but we just don't want to buy it just yet. And this is why. Even though Sauda can pop purple balloons, if there are lead balloons nearby, then she wouldn't be able to pop them because her swords are being blocked by the lead balloons. I know, it's really weird. Melee getting blocked. Another purple round, 35. Once all of these have gone down, then we will go up to laser cannon. And I think at that given point in time, we will be very close to getting the plasma accelerator. Here we go. Lead balloons. No, thank you. Get leap sword out of existence. Here we go. This is one which I was a little bit concerned about, actually, because I'm going to need you to do what you need to do. Okay, so that yellow balloon was a really nice point to put the leaping sword. And I think at this given point in time, we're now safe to buy the laser cannon. And it's making light work of round 39 at the moment. And the bonus damage against Moab classmen is going to be very needed because the first Moab of the day is a fortified one. A scenario where the fortified balloon comes out before the regular. I should do more alternate balloon scenarios because it's very interesting having the rounds mixed up like this, where you have more difficult opponents much earlier on, like dealing with camo balloons, etc. Okay, leaping sword, your services are required once again, but actually we could have just gotten the plasma accelerator, because we now go up from energy damage type to plasma. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to see more content like this in the future, then please be sure to hit that subscribe button. It really helps me. And also leave a comment as well about, let's say, what your favorite thing about Sauda or Ray of Doom is, or what you're most excited for update 49. The early release videos have come out from some of the YouTubes that you may have heard of, like the H-Bomb, the Ethan Reed, the SJB, and a few others. Mac and Rules. Perhaps one day we will be gifted by the gifts of Ninja Kiwi, but I think for me, truly, the gifts from Ninja Kiwi is the game itself and not having early access a few days before everybody else does. But it is a privilege, honestly, if you are able to be a content creator and then the company in which you play their games for as a passion or for work. Mainly passion, really, for me. Like, if I see something as work and I don't like the work itself and I'm not really passionate about it, like retail work, the best I can really get out of it is, well, I survived the day and I didn't have any arguments with anybody, or nobody had any arguments with me. Mainly it's the latter, where people always have something to complain about, and I don't enjoy retail. I'd rather do something like this as a means of getting monetary gains, but at the same time, I'm just not in a position to be able to do that. I have to sacrifice a huge amount in order to make that sort of thing a reality. Also, not having potato countryside internet would also help as well. Not that the internet is bad, but for constant high quality streaming, it's just not it. There's a difference between really bloody brilliant internet that you mainly get in the cities, but then again, you could also just get that by spending another 50 quid a month, which I don't really fancy doing, and it's not even out of my own wallet. It's lovely from my parents, but my parents do that since it's a house I live in, but also my house. But I don't know, I just don't fancy the streaming lifestyle that so many others do, where you sacrifice hours a day to be able to make ends meet. And at the channel of my size, I just don't think that is financially affordable. Okay, so we have the purples done and dusted, which is good. 62 is always around that you have to be very careful with if you're a fan of energy damage, or fire damage, or plasma damage, or frigid damage. Who the hell likes frigid? Or energy, for that matter. Goodness sakes. But then again, one of the new Desperados ensures that for a bit of time you do have black popping property, white popping property, and purple popping property. Yeah, from the early access videos, I think Golden Justice is my favorite, with its long range and the ability to be able to give another tower temporary camo detection and being able to pop stuff it may not do anyways. It doesn't grant lead popping, but there are lots of towers out there that can pop lead balloons but not black balloons, or pop lead balloons but not white balloons, or pop lead balloons but not purple balloons. Also, the Deadeye upgrade grants the Desperado tower lead popping anyways. It doesn't say frozen though, but you have to create your own frozen balloons. They don't summon by default. Alright, 69 with a whole bunch of purple balloons. I think the only reason why I can is do that because I'm hitting the black regrow balloons with the plasma spew that's at the very end of the tip here. So if you see that, I'm still popping them even though the beam is not directly on it. And that's just because the head of the plasma is both a wider attack and a more powerful attack as well. When I first started using this tower, it's like, why the hell is this so weak, and how the hell are so many people able to get like a 2 megapots with this on a stupid map? Like Erosion. Those are the kind of people that I say are great at the game. But for me, I'm nowhere near good enough to be able to pull something like that off. Like getting Ray of Doom, let alone affording it on a map like Erosion, where it feels like you have to spend every micro penny, defend yourself, and then losing towers in the process because of the erosion aspect. Like, I can't sincerely put Ancient Portal and Erosion in the same difficulty category. It feels like putting Resort and Last Resort in the same category. It just doesn't really work. Here we go. Up to round 76, which is not the usual round 76 which we're used to. They're more compacted into these BFBs, and they're not regrowths as well, which is really good. Slower and not as big of a threat. You can pick these off one at a time if you want to, but then again, I don't really pick them off one at a time like Top Path Desperado. Really fast fire rate, has cool aesthetics, but only 1 pierce per attack. It's going to be really difficult to put a 2 megapots on the tier 5 Top Path Desperado. The other 2 paths will be very easy, definitely. The Phantom Menace and the Golden Justice. But the Blazing Inferno looks really cool, and it would probably do very good single target damage. But when you're on a round which has like 1,000 balloons, yeah, you're going to need some support with that. You need your glue strike, your relentless glue, your balloon sabber, your absolute zero, your homeland defense, your overclock, even though it feels like you're already overclocking yourself with getting the upgrade itself. Okay, deal with these camo ceramics just like that. Yeah, we're all good. And if any abilities, then this blue balloon would be a very good thing to keep hold of. Fortified BFBs, no regular ones, because at the end of this round, rather than a fortified BFB, there is a ZOMG, which I think has more RBE than 2 fortified BFBs put together. Yeah, because there's 4 regular BFBs on the inside, but there's also the layer of the ZOMG itself to get rid of. So we're 4k away from the Ray of Doom and the end of this scenario. Now I'd say that the only partially difficult part is what's up ahead. Round 81. I've forgotten if you can actually get through that round and afford Ray of Doom. Probably more difficult back in the day when Ray of Doom was more expensive. It was 86,440 on hard, but with one of the more recent updates, not the last one, but one of the more recent updates, Ninja Q decided, you know what, we're going to reduce the price of a Ray of Doom, but then also we're making the beam itself even more powerful. We need 807. That's what we need in order to get Ray of Doom. Just trickle some of this down. Some of them down. Let's put Sauda's sword down. Sauda's sword. Imagine trying to say that multiple times in a row when you've had a drink night out with the lads. So we are now very, very red. I would like to showcase what's on each round. Have free play on Alternate Bloons round, but this is absolutely incinerating everything. A very, very powerful tower indeed. One that is capable of doing a 2TC, even past round 140 paired with the Ultra Boost in the right circumstances. Now let's get Sauda up to level 20. I don't think you can actually get Sauda up to level 20 and get Ray of Doom in the same scenario in a normal scenario. But we do get a bit more money in a Alternate Bloons Round scenario. We do then get the money in order to actually get us all the way up to level 20. But please comment on me about that if we can actually afford Sauda to level 20 and have a Ray of Doom down the track. Actually, think about it. It could be that the 5k increase it used to have could be the deciding factor. I don't know. I'm talking because I like talking, okay? If you've got something about that, then I don't know what to say. You're on a YouTube channel listening to somebody and hopefully enjoying listening to somebody playing a game and also talking about stuff that may not even be related to Bloons Tower Defense 6, for goodness sakes. Okay, that's round 94. 446 and near 30k, and we are now at the stage where we are able to attack with a blur. And there's many more rounds with DDTs as well, including round 96, which you don't normally get a DDT on. Round 97, also a round where you don't get DDTs on, but in this case we do. There are more ZOMGs in this round than normal, more money in the bank. Okay, DT is good, but we also have a bad on this round. And then around 100, we also get a bad, but it has armor plating. There we go. I mean, fortified. You know what I mean. Okay, just 6,804 more. We have 10k left over from our endeavors. Level 20 Sauda. She's going to use her attacks like this. Highly doubt they're going to be impactful whatsoever, but Sauda is now over 100k pops, which is good. And we've got 2.5k, oh sorry, 2.5 mega pops in the bag with the Ray of Doom. So yeah, Sauda was good to start out with, but then the Ray of Doom, once you get it, clears almost everything else on the track here. So that's going to be our scenario of the day. Hope you enjoyed this as much as I have producing this. And what do you think about red Sauda? I don't think red Sauda changes anything about regular Sauda. Nope, not at all. except the fact that you're red. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and take care of yourselves.